Okay, guys, I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins. Good Sunday afternoon. Man, it's been a little while since we've chatted, that's for sure. I've been off all week. I'm actually going to be morning and noon all this upcoming week, Monday through Friday. You know how things get when people are taking leave over the holidays. And it actually works out because we do have some changes coming Tuesday. It's going to knock us temperature down. It's going to really cool us back off. It's 60s and low 70s, I think, for a couple days, and then back to the mid and upper 70s towards Christmas. But the thing is, we could actually see a couple of strong storms out of this. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up and let you know what's coming. So let's talk about it. You can see what's happening right now. This is, well, it's this area right here in the western Gulf of Mexico. That's what we're watching. There's a little bit of a low pressure going to be developing here east of Texas. And then it's going to move right across the Gulf of Mexico and right across the peninsula of Florida. And that's what's going to happen through Tuesday. So, again, right now, not a lot going on there, but you see the rain starting to gather, that type of thing. And, yeah, even a couple little light showers for us, especially up to the north. That's happening right now. But the time frame for some pretty decent storms is looking like it's actually going to be around Tuesday morning through the early afternoon hours. So, here's kind of the big picture of what to look for. Watch this as we move through tonight into tomorrow afternoon. This is around 5 in the afternoon. And you can see a low is now starting to develop here. You see this here? You got your closed low here. Now, it's really important to notice. You see where all the storms are on the north side of the low? The model keeps trying to do that. And it almost splits when it comes through. So you've got some storms down here. You've got more storms up here towards the Big Bend. And in the middle, we kind of get a few storms, but nothing major. And that's if that happens, right? But there's a little bit to the devil in details here that we need to talk about. You can see as we get into Tuesday at 6 p.m., better chance for rains down to our south and then up to our north. And by that time, any severe weather threat is actually going to be gone by that time. And then here we go. You can see the winds and cooler air coming in Tuesday night and through the day on Wednesday. Wednesday will be a breezy day. It'll be a cool day, but it'll feel much more like fall. And in fact, we're getting really close. We'll be in winter at that point. The 21st begins winter. All right, so let's talk about the forecast. Here is the forecast model for tonight through tomorrow morning. A few clouds out there, very isolated sprinkle. Can't rule that out. It's not a big deal, but light rain can't be ruled out. Tomorrow morning looks good. A few clouds around, some patchy fog. Tomorrow afternoon, isolated shower, especially inland. It's not a big chance. That's about 7 p.m., but there will be a chance. Now look what's happening back out to the west. You see that? That is midnight Tuesday morning. Tomorrow night into Tuesday morning, okay? So some rain moving out ahead of it. I don't think there's a severe weather threat here. Now, as we get into sunrise or so, this is about an hour before sunrise on Tuesday, you can see the winds are starting to pick up. They're going to pick up out of the south initially, southeast to south. And then you can see them turning in the southwest because this is our low. Our low is sitting right out here. The center of the low is here, and you see the storms are mainly up to the north. And then a couple storms out ahead of it. We need to watch these, okay? And we'll watch where this goes. But we certainly need to watch the storms that are ahead of it. Now, this does not look threatening to me, at least not that much as far as the radar goes, right? But certainly it's going to be a breezy day. But with all of this spin in the atmosphere, look, the winds start like this, then they go like this, and then they turn like this, right? That's with the low going by. Okay, and that's okay. But at the same time, we've got quite a bit of wind dipping down up over top of us doing something like this. And when that happens, that can make storms grow a little bit taller. So, this is Tuesday, right around midday or so. Tuesday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Nothing much going on. And then the cooler air is already starting to come in by Tuesday afternoon into the evening hours. So, looking at that doesn't look terrible. But now, I want to show you something called instability. This is basically a lot of lift in the atmosphere, right? Look what happens early on Tuesday morning. Some storms, some pretty good storms offshore. If that happens, the probability of storms forming here and making it all the way on shore is pretty high. So we'll just have to watch and see what that looks like. But I want to give you a heads up because Tuesday morning I think we're all right, at least for most of the morning commute. But that's noon, right? So now we've got the chance for some pretty good lift in the atmosphere here as we go through mid-morning on Tuesday morning. That's our chance for showers and storms, and in this case storms because there's going to be a lot of wind around. So we could actually have some gusty winds in those storms. And we could actually even see an isolated tornado threat. So that's something we're going to watch. That goes away Tuesday afternoon and everything starts to quiet down. Supercell formation. Now, supercells are thunderstorms And they tend to produce, or at least have the better chance of producing tornadoes. So, do we have any of those? And this is just a forecast model, but this is the GFS saying that by mid-morning Tuesday from Tampa, especially northward, some of those thunderstorms that develop could be organized. They could be some pretty tall, organized thunderstorms. So that's something we're going to have to watch for. When you see that, you know you got lift in the atmosphere. You know you got spin in the atmosphere. You got wind shear. You start watching for some stronger storms. And so obviously, that's why I wanted to reach out to you guys today. 2 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon, you can see it's moving inland, and then it's out of here for the rest of the afternoon. Now, let's talk winds. This is wind at the surface Tuesday morning, and you see it's really starting to pick up. These are sustained winds, guys, in the 20s, gusts in the 30s and 40s. As we get into Tuesday morning, now that means water's going to be running high tides. I got to look at the times. But Tuesday morning through midday, we're going to have some higher than normal tides because of that wind. Not a major issue, but you're going to notice it could be a foot or so higher than normal. And then as we get into Tuesday afternoon, you see the winds are turning to the southwest. So they go from the south to the southwest, and now you can see the front itself. This is a surface wind. Is sitting right in here, right? That's our cold front right there. So that's coming through as we get into Tuesday afternoon. All of this up here is the cooler air. Okay, that's going to bring in the cooler air. So Tuesday now, temperatures will be dropping. Now, so let's go ahead and push it out as we get into Tuesday evening. You see, obviously, the winds turn around, not a big deal. But certainly breezy either way you look at it Tuesday. To almost windy, to be honest with you. Now, this is a look at what's going on up above us. And it looks like it froze up while here. It's not giving me the data I need. Let me come back and try that again. All right, well, it froze up on me. It's been doing this lately. There is going to be some wind dipping down and coming up like this. Maybe a channel of it sitting like this. And when that sits over everything I've showed you, part of the reason why there's lift in the atmosphere is because of that, right? But you've got that shifting wind at the ground, the surface. You've got instability in the atmosphere to make lift, and now you've got wind on top of that, not only to make more lift, but it also creates some shear. That's why that supercell formation is possible in that area. So, bottom line is, we're going to have to watch for some pretty decent storms as we get going into Tuesday morning. Here's the severe weather outlook for tomorrow from the Storm Prediction Center. You don't see much. This basically, what you can see here, just says we could see a thunderstorm, and I'm not too worried about it. This is the threat for Tuesday, and you can see we're in the green here. That's a 1 out of a 5. It's not high, but I bet you part of the peninsula, and it's probably going to be closer to Tampa, it's going to get bumped up to a 2, and that'll happen probably during the day tomorrow. So we're going to keep an eye on it for you. Of course, we'll be in the Weather Center. Much cooler air coming in. I mean, it's been beautiful weather out, but you know, it's almost Christmas. We would like maybe some weather that kind of feels like Christmas, but everybody else is cool. You see us sitting at 81. It's chilly everywhere else. There's the cool down behind it for Wednesday and Thursday, struggling to get to 70. And then we'll get back into the mid-70s and perhaps even on Christmas into the upper 70s for daytime highs. And then we're right back into the lower 80s as we get into next week. So it's not a terrible forecast, getting through this. But we do, again, have to watch Tuesday morning. And that's really about it. So we'll keep an eye on it. Of course, we'll be in the Weather Center, tracking it for you all day on Tuesday. That's what we do, of course. Stay tuned for tomorrow morning. I'll have the very latest on the morning show and at noon, and then Natalie will be in the evening hours, and we'll just keep updating you every time the model stuff comes in. And of course, you can follow me right here on my Facebook page as well, and my YouTube page and all the other pages. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you again. I'll see you tomorrow on TV. Until then, have a great Sunday night, and go Bucks.